Ever pondered over what a panic attack truly is? Many of us have heard about them, and yet they remain shrouded in mysteries and misconceptions. What if I told you that what you think you know about panic attacks might be more myth than fact? There's an urgent need to debunk these myths and shed light on the realities of this complex mental health phenomenon. So, buckle up, because today we're separating fact from fiction. First up, a rather common myth. Panic attacks are a sign of weakness or lack of willpower, but let's set the record straight. Panic attacks are complex events, not simply a character flaw or a lack of strength. They're influenced by a myriad of factors such as genetics, brain chemistry, and significant life changes. These elements intertwine in ways that are far from being just a weak will. So it's clear that panic attacks are not character flaws. Myth number 2, panic attacks always have a specific trigger. Now, while it's true that certain situations or stresses can provoke a panic attack, they can also occur without any apparent cause. Yes, they can be as unpredictable as a summer storm, striking without warning. This unpredictability can be unnerving, but it's part of why understanding panic attacks is so important. So remember, panic attacks don't always have a clear trigger, and that's not due to lack of control or strength, it's just how they work. The third myth we're tackling is that panic attacks are harmless. It's easy to dismiss them as fleeting moments of stress, but the reality is far more complex. Untreated panic attacks can lead to severe physical effects like heart palpitations and shortness of breath, and psychological impacts such as heightened fear and anxiety disorders. Over time, these can severely affect a person's quality of life. So, contrary to the myth, panic attacks are far from harmless. Myth number 4, panic attacks are rare. But let's dive into reality. It's estimated that up to 11% of people in the US may experience a panic attack each year. That's more than 1 in 10 people. These alarming figures highlight the fact that panic attacks are a widespread concern, touching the lives of millions each year. So when we look at the numbers, it's clear. Panic attacks are not as rare as some might think. Myth 5, panic attacks can be cured with a quick fix. But let's set the record straight. Panic attacks are complex psychological events, and their treatment is equally multifaceted. It's not as simple as drinking a calming tea or taking a deep breath. Effective treatment often involves cognitive behavioral therapy, medications, and lifestyle modifications, all tailored to the individual's needs. This approach aims to address the root cause of the panic attacks, not just the symptoms. Treatment for panic attacks, then, is far from a quick fix. Myth number 6. Panic attacks and anxiety are the same. Let's clear this up. Anxiety is a response to potential threats or danger, while panic attacks are a sudden reaction, often without a clear cause. The symptoms of panic attacks tend to be more intense and disruptive than those of general anxiety. They can include heart palpitations, shortness of breath, and a fear of losing control. So panic attacks and anxiety are not the same thing. Myth 7. Deep breaths will calm a panic attack. Here's the reality. While deep breathing can indeed be a useful tool for managing panic attacks, it's not a magic bullet. Deep breathing techniques can help you regain a sense of control and promote relaxation, but they don't stop the panic attack altogether. It's essential to understand that coping mechanisms for panic attacks are highly individual and can involve a combination of strategies. Deep breathing can help, but it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Myth 8. Panic attack triggers should always be avoided. It's a common misconception, but avoiding triggers is not always the best approach. In fact, exposure therapy, a psychological treatment, can be incredibly beneficial. It involves gradual, controlled exposure to the triggers of panic attacks, which can help reduce sensitivity over time. This therapeutic approach is conducted in a safe and controlled environment under professional supervision. So remember, confronting your fears rather than avoiding them can sometimes be the path to improvement, so avoiding triggers is not always the best approach. We've debunked quite a few myths today, haven't we? Panic attacks are neither signs of weakness nor predictable events, but complex phenomena influenced by various factors. They're certainly not harmless and are far from rare, affecting up to 11% of people in the US yearly. Quick fixes? Well, they don't exist. Comprehensive, personalized treatment is key, involving therapies, medications, and lifestyle changes. And let's not forget, panic attacks and anxiety are not synonymous. While deep breathing can help, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Avoiding triggers isn't always the answer. Exposure therapy can be beneficial too. If you or someone you know is struggling, seek professional help. If this video was helpful, please consider subscribing for more myth-busting and informative content.